Wednesday morning, Evegate Lakes. I've come up with just the Waggler. I'm going to fish 8mm pellet, feed 6mm pellet. A lot of fish cruising about. Probably see that one just there actually as he comes by, dark shape. I'm fishing about 20 metres, feeding half a dozen 6mm regular. As you can see, there's plenty of carp cruising about. I'll come up half depth in a minute. This one just breaking the surface. As I say, very simple method, very effective on the right day. We've just had 2 days of extreme heat, over 40 degrees, which was completely no good for fishing. I didn't bother going, so I'm just, let's say, feeding 6mm, using a banded 8mm, just popping a few out there to see how it goes. Let's feed a few and see if we can get remotely close to the float. I think I'm going to catch everything off the bottom today because it's still 25 degrees at least. But just keep plopping these in, they get used to the sound and come and have a look at it. Got size 12 hook on, no point in being shy with this method. 0.16 hook length, which is about £6. There's a big carp right round the top of the float right now, showing me how shallow I should be. But we'll stick with it for a bit. Trouble is, the more I feed, the higher they'll come. Well, that's a bad shot. Plenty of carp in here up to about £16. Oh, a little bite then, or a liner, could be either. So many fish out there and cruising about. I've still got my float set quite low. Keep plopping 3 or 4 in, make the noise, keep them interested. I think that's probably a liner. Another big carp, about £8 behind the float, cruising about. I'll come in and take some of that depth off because I'm far too deep. Just spooked one then. As you can see, it's drilled and banded 8mm. Substantial hook. Right, let's take a bit of this depth off, see if that makes any difference. I might have to lose a split shot or 2. I'm using the movable doubled up float stops. They're a great idea, don't damage the line. Loaded Waggler. Right, I'll come down about a foot. Let's see if that's what they want. Try and sink my line best I can. Yeah, it's a little bit too the weight of the 8mm pellet. Take a shot off. I had a feeling it probably would. The bites should be very powerful, good bites. I don't think they'll be mucking about with it, so. Slip a fresh 8mm on there. There you go. Right. Again, try to sink my line best I can. Get half a dozen pellets around it. There's quite a few little ducklings there. Luckily they're not up my end at the moment, but they were the first thing. A lot of people who fish here don't really feed enough, so I do tend to get quite a lot of attention from the ducks. Because this is another one of those lakes where the more regular the feed goes in, the more you catch. Much better day today, about 25 degrees, but there's a nice breeze. Yesterday it was 42 in the vehicle, it was 40 outside. It was absolute murder. I've come prepared with a nice bottle of iced orange. That'll keep me cool. I'm only going to be here a few hours. We've got a competition on here on Sunday, but it's a species competition. But I've been struggling to catch a carp in the species comp. Been getting some reasonable results. I won it last time. That was probably a liner, but you've got to strike at everything. So I thought I might start for the first hour on Sunday, because it's going to be a warm day again. I might start for the first hour on the wag, see if I can't catch a decent carp, and then go on to the pole and get the minor species. A lot of fish over in those lily pads. Oh, the bite, missed it. That's definitely where they are. We're about a foot off the bottom now. Not necessarily brook carp in here, they could be bream. There's a lot of good bream in here. Lovely morning though. I'm back to work tomorrow for the next couple of days, which is a drag, but it has to be done. And as I say, I've got a competition on Sunday. Saturday's a good tide for some mackerel, so I'll try and go down and catch a few mackerel. I love them with a few new potatoes. I had some a couple of weeks ago on freshwater gear. They were great fun. I tend not to try and use sea gear because they're such a sporting little fish. If you can get away without using the big stuff, you have some really good sport. Recast. You really want your bite within the first couple of minutes. That's when it's at its most sort of deadly, this method. Just as the pellet falls through to its depth, I can hear the ducks. The new pellet's taking on a bit of water now, and that's made the float a bit too low, so I'll take another start off in a minute, just so the float's a little bit more visible. As I say, the bites are usually pretty savage. Let's do that. Let's take another shot off. It. Right, should show a bit more float now. The ducklings of doom. Using a 13-foot Daiwa Waggler rod. Quite an old one, but it's a cracking rod for this sort of fishing. It bends right to the butt. 6-pound main line. I've got some watered down fairy liquid that I put on the line to help it sink. a busy little method, but as I say, it's once you start getting a few bites, if I was feeding 4mm and fishing 6mm, I'd have probably had a few bites by now, but luckily the 8mm just keeps the roach and rudd at bay. Unless you get a big one, there's some quality roach in here, but I'm looking forward to catching them on the hemp in a month or so. Keep the grub going in near the float if you can. There's a little, either a liner. See the float being pushed out, lifted out the water, and we got him. Don't know what he is yet. Feels like a bream, which would never surprise me. Kiting to the left. I've got a tree here I've got to be a little bit careful of. Oh, he's off. I'm pretty sure that was a bream. We'll have a look. Should be able to tell. There's some slime on the hook. No, there's no slime, so that could have been a carp. That's alright. Proves we're about the right depth, so put another 8mm on. Go again. New 8mm, and back out we go. Bit of bait straight out behind it. Too far. Better.